know.
Relationship advice from people who are horribly unqualified. The Love Doctors with the Y94 Morning Playhouse.
All right, Love Doctors, you are the love gurus. My 12-year-old son has a coach for a sport that I won't name for a little bit of attempt at being anonymous, but this is the most attractive person I've ever seen in my life. I've done my investigating. He's single. I am so in love in my mind already. Can I make a move on my son's coach?
I think you have to wait till the season's over, right?
I mean, probably. I don't think that's a bad move. Maybe just start being friendly. Just having some chit-chat. See what happens. Maybe he'll ask you out eventually.
I like the idea. Starting friendly, chit-chatting more, but don't jump into anything. You have to wait until the season's over, because if things don't work out, you'd never hope for this, but could you take it out on the kid and then your kid's not being able to play as much, or
Maybe.
It can make things awkward?
Absolutely, maybe. Yeah, I think it might be respectful to wait till the season's over. And you know what, though? That also would be a nice buffer for you if the person rejects you. You're not going to have to see them all the time.
Never have to see him again. Good, yeah.
Well, I know, just depending on what sport it is, you might. But, I mean, in theory, you would at least not have to see the person for at least a while.
But I assume it's a younger kid, and at that age, usually every year you get a new coach, right?
Again, not necessarily. I've seen both.
Really?
Not knowing the sport's hard to say. Because, like, if this is like, you are the football coach for this high school, like, that's the football coach.
That's why I think it's younger. It's like a child.
Yeah. Did it say that? It doesn't even matter. Love Doctors, you are the love gurus. My nose is burden, and I am just miserable. My wife is overdoing it on the pumpkin spice. Not even flavoring, though. Scents around our house. You walk into our house, and you just get punched in the nostril by the smell. This is the only time of year that she does this, but there's stuff plugged in all over our house. Do I just wait it out, or I just say, honey, you're making our house stink?
I think you could wait it out now. Listen, October's almost over. How long is she going to keep this up?
I mean, it'd be safe to assume in the next week or so. I mean, maybe you could just go ahead and be like, okay, well, are we done with the pumpkin then?
Try waiting it out, but if she's going to keep it up till Thanksgiving, because then you're going to have like another month. Whew. I would maybe tell her, we got to unplug some of it. It's too strong. I enjoy the scent, but not this much.
I thought this year I'd turn us over to peppermint. Oh, God, we got to talk.
But would that be better?
I think any scent, if it gets overdone and gets a little strong, and, you know, earlier today we were talking about being nose blind. That's what happens. Like, sometimes people don't realize, like, you've made your house really stinky.
Yeah, maybe tell her, say, it smells good, but it's a bit too much. Right when you walk in, it hits you in the face. I forget, though, you don't like candles, so you really don't like any scent, right?
I don't particularly. I like just natural
Gross.
odor. Yeah. I don't mean like nasty smells, just like whatever things smell like.
That sounds gross.
Just natural BO. I know.
Yeah.
And finally, Love Doctors, you are the love gurus. I love my boyfriend. He's a wonderful guy, and I know he's preparing to propose to me, but knowing who he is, I know he's going to do a terrible job. I have this fantasy of a fairy tale proposal. Do I figure out a way to help plan my own proposal in a way that won't belittle whatever it is he wants to do that's probably subpar?
Shut your mouth and let him propose however he wants. Lower your expectations. It's him proposing to you. If you want it done your way, you propose to him.
Could do that. You certainly could do that. Just kind of swoop in and be the proposer rather than the proposee, I suppose. Also, like, you didn't give any examples, I guess. I think maybe we're being a little rude, assuming that he's going to do such a... What if he's planning something amazing?
That's what I don't like, that you're just shooting him down without even knowing what's happening. Let him do whatever he wants. He's asking you to marry him. That's what it's about, not you and your high expectations.
Now, I think you could, depending on... I don't know what it is that you have in mind. You can maybe drop hints. So like, oh my gosh, wow. Can't imagine if somebody proposed to me this way.
Maybe.
If you
give him some
wanted to.
ideas.
Like, Steven coming in here, was that entirely Steven, or did you drop a hint like, that'd be cool?
I mean, I think Jamie kind of helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
Maybe you could have somebody manipulate it for you.
It wasn't my idea. I didn't care. If it wasn't on the radio, I'd be fine.
I mean, I'd have been disappointed because that video and podcast killed. Great numbers. So many likes and shares, ABK.
Coming up next.